Yo, welcome back to another episode of A Man Say Man. It's your boy P.
Yo, what's good? It's Nick G in this motherfucker.
What's good, Rem?
Rem the Model in the building.
No doubt. The trifecta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Three-man weave.
Missing a few.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to good old Steph. Miss Marvelous and all that.
Word.
You know what I mean? But what's good, fellas?
Man.
I missed y'all niggas last week, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You want to get into it? You know, we miss you too, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know
how everything go, man.
Everything was cool. And for those who don't know, I recently was in a play called Bullied. It's my second play. We had a show in New York, Long Island. What was it? The Madison Theater.
Okay.
It was dope, man. It was an experience on many levels. And it was interesting, as I was telling Ram when I came home, and he was asking me and whatnot. I was just letting him know that, you know, when you're acting, it's one thing to know your lines, right? But when you're on stage and someone else doesn't say their line, or if the person doesn't even come on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like it throws you off, right? But it's symbolic because to me, like in life, you have to always like learn how to pivot, right? Things don't always go your way, right? So you always got to learn how to navigate and whatever. But anyways, in reference to acting, it was cool. It was educational.
Yeah.
Like knowing that despite these lines are not fluid or not going as planned, there's ways to, you know, circumvent, you know what I'm saying? To make sure everything is still flowy. And also the audience is not aware of what's happening.
Exactly. Because they don't know the play. They don't know what comes next.
So,
they don't know what's supposed to be next.
Yeah, but that coupled with, you know, just accolades, people telling me that I seem very natural. Just things that like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to hear that, right? Because that's what you do it for.
Yeah.
And, you know, it makes me want to continue to pursue these plays. And just get better. But overall, great experience. Shout out to Barry, Marissa, Corey. These are the guys who produced and directed the show.
That's what's up.
What was the attendance like?
Attendance wasn't as like, because you was at the Maryland show.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it's a big stage play, I'll probably say in this joint, it was probably like 100 people, but it could have fit like maybe a couple of hundred.
Okay.
But those who were there was meant to be there, so that's how I was looking at it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but yeah, overall dope. You know, met some family up there that I hadn't seen in a while. You know, they came to the after
While
party.
you were in New York? Oh no, they came to the show, right?
No, but they came to the show, then they came to the after party.
That's dope.
So that was dope. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you know, brought my girl with me. She had a blast too. So it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, New York.
That's what's up.
You know, definitely, man.
That's what's up.
And you got another one coming up?
So this particular play, Bullied, that production I think is still continuing through. I want to say March. I think the next show is in Maryland, which is at the same spot.
Okay.
Maybe at the Silver Spring Theater or another theater that's you know in the area. But yeah, then after that, I think I'm in another play. I am in another play rather. That I start rehearsing for that like probably I don't know. April
or something. Okay.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's been a journey, man. It's been dope.
That's
what's up. You got more to go.
Yeah, man. You know,
more to go.
It's just a reminder for me that, you know, you're much bigger than where you live at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you go meet different people and you interact and you find things in common and, you know, you guys start just like, oh shit, you know, this person seems hella cool, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's refreshing. So
you gotta start building that portfolio, man.
Yeah, we shall see.
We'll
you
get
know,
some professional headshots.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Put some little clips together. You acting. You know. Next thing you know, be in a Shaman commercial or something. You know.
No bullshit. Yeah, and them motherfuckers get recycled.
Old Spice swagger.
You know what I'm saying?
I be seeing the same motherfuckers in like different commercials.
Oh yeah.
You know
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Absolutely.
Yo, it's crazy. You ever watch College Hill on BET?
Of course.
Yeah.
Come
Back
on.
in the day,
the Virgin Island joint.
Maybe I'm pretty sure.
I don't
mean,
remember
what
the
year?
specifics of it,
but I don't know what year it was
I mean,
neither. But
it's
it's a dude that's on there that is in so many fucking commercials that come on TV.
For real?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Shit. Yeah.
College Hill was everything.
Yeah, you can get you a little, you know, prescription pill commercial or something. You know, side effects include.
I tell you one thing though, I was bugging, so I did all this packing and forgot my jacket. So I'm out there with no jacket.
It's cold.
Cold.
Why'd you go buy one?
What? Nah, man. I'm not buying no jacket out there.
What? Y'all crazy? Why are you
yeah.
looking at me like I'm bugging?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. I wouldn't have went. I would have went straight to H&M, Zara, one of them little cheapo throwaway, a Target even, just to get a plain black gel, something to keep me warm.
I feel
Goddamn it!
No. Here's the thing, though, right? I had jackets with me because, like, you know, obviously, costumes, you know, so you change and whatnot. So I brought stuff up there, but it just didn't match what I had on. So it's more like, fuck that. I'd rather just thug it out and look pretty and look cute versus looking like some bullshit.
Gotcha.
Like, nah, fuck that.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm cool, bro.
I'll never forget. You told me that a long time ago. I vividly remember I was on my way to Dream one random fucking night back in the day, and I was like, I called Paul and I was like, bruh, it's cold as shit outside tonight. You know we got to wait in line and shit.
Yeah.
But this fit don't go with no jacket. I got a jacket, but this fit don't go with no jacket. And he told me straight up, he was like, you want to look good or you want to be cold or warm?
Exactly,
you got a choice to make. You can be warm, you got a jacket, like you said, but it ain't going to look right. But you got a jacket. Bro. Or you can look good and just be cold.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I chose to do. And it worked out, you know, glory to God. But yeah, man. It's crazy.
NYC.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But thinking about how cold, it's been brick out here lately, right? But in a funny way though, because I still go walking. Like I love to get my miles in, right? So I don't even layer up. I just put on a jacket, whatever, and it's cool. But like now and then, I'm like, bro, it's like 12 degrees outside.
It's cold as a motherfucker.
It's the wind. Yeah. It's always the wind.
It's crazy. Like, but I never understand when it snows. It's not cold.
It's wind. It depends. It depends on the snow.
Yeah, it depends on the snow and like it's always when it snows, it's usually like 33 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like it be snowing heavy as shit. Like Friday,
right?
Snowing like a motherfucker, but it's like 30, 31 degrees.
Yeah, it's just like enough for it to snow.
Yeah, but then when the snow stops, the temperature drops.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Right? Yeah, like, that shit. Like I said, I think it's all wind, yo. Like it be 28 outside, and you go outside, and it's cold. No doubt, it's cold. You gotta strap up.
Yeah,
but you're okay. Like you said, you can go for your walk and you can do your 1-2 out there. You're okay. As soon as that wind starts blowing, that joint reminds you, it's 28 outside, brother. Like,
it is.
That joint smack you and you feel, oh shit, why you just hit my neck like that? Hold on.
Absolutely.
I've been working in this shit, my nigga.
Yeah, you know.
Like, come on, bro.
You know what? I feel bad for you because like all I envision is like you trying to grab something and like you hitting your pinky. And it's cold outside. Like hitting any type of like,
oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you the one thing.
Your fingers feel brittle.
That give me cold outside. Right, I got these doors on the side that I got to get the water from. They're locks on them. So
metal.
If I forget if I forget to unlock it, it's a button inside the truck. If I forget to unlock it and I go to lift the bay up, the door up, I'm doing it with the force that I'm about to give it up. If that joint is locked, it's not budging. And just that contact, like, nigga.
Bing. Oh, you're
like,
right.
What the fuck? My fucking fingers. Fucking fingers hurt like shit.
Your fingernails, bro? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that shit.
Nah. I mean, and then just the nastiness. Like, I'm driving a truck and all that shit that's flying up off the road and shit is on the back of the hand carts and shit like I use. So I'm taking them joints off of the truck and my fucking hands is like nigga, this is dirty as
I already know. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're like, you're like working on like the North Sea.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's been feeling, bro. Bullshit. It's been cold.
I think it's Alaskan crab fishing.
Exactly.
Niggas out there.
You are out there, bro.
Yeah, man, look, this is
the area I'm in.
This is random as fuck, but I stepped outside the other day to smoke, and I was cold as shit. It was just free. And I was thinking, I was like, damn, Joe. Like, man, on some real shit, I was like, I felt bad for a second. I was like, yo, this like homeless people out here. They're like sleeping in this right now. It was icy, right?
Right.
And then I came inside and I looked at Paul and I said the same. I was like, yo, if you live in Minnesota and you homeless, it's even colder than it is here, right? Why the fuck are you staying there?
Right.
Like, respectfully. Like, if I'm homeless in Chicago and Minnesota, the very first thing I'm doing is like, the very first thing I'm can spare some change, bus ticket to somewhere warm.
Yeah.
I'll be homeless somewhere warm before I just...
Yeah, fact.
I'm not just about to be homeless in somewhere that's extra, extra cold. Like, that's crazy to me, yo.
It's crazy.
I just no way I could do that.
You know what, though?
I mean, so when it get hot, like, you going to get a bus ticket to somewhere?
Probably not. But that cold is different. That cold is different. Sleeping outside in the heat, you can survive.
So you like that millennial homeless person.
Yeah,
like, these niggas been out here forever.
Niggas migrate.
I don't think niggas migrate. I feel like it's like when you're like watching National Geographic and you see those caves that's like deep, but yet there's a fucking some type of amphibian, something surviving down there, right?
100%.
Like these homeless people, like, cause you would think, bro, it's brick outside.
Brick. Yeah.
Like when I was driving to New York, like it was bothering me. Like, what the fuck, niggas is really out here, but it's like. They've been out here. They know how to navigate. They know how to, you know what I'm saying, hide behind a, not hide, but live behind a bush or something.
So what you're saying is they hoping for a blizzard so they can make an igloo or something.
It's possible. It's possible.
Right. You know how to dig a little tunnel or something, make a little hut. You know what I mean?
They know this season is approaching. Like these niggas is prepping. Like,
strapped
come on,
up.
Bro.
Nah, man, I can't do
Nah,
it.
it's tragic though. But
But like I said, I was just thinking about the cold and the snow, and like I said, it's just it's crazy.
It's crazy.
The people be out there.
And see, it's different than back in the day though. Like with the cold, like it was cold. We knew it was cold all the time. Like it hasn't been this cold in a minute. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, for real. It's been cold like this early. Put you this way, hasn't been cold this cold this early.
You know what? I'm not gonna hold you. I've been a bit spoiled, right? So I've been in the yard. I've been working remotely for a minute now. So I don't even get to go out. When I do, it's evening time, and that's when I just get my walk in, whatever, and come back to the crib. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been icy.
It's been icy?
Yeah,
it's been icy, bro.
It's cold
but
outside.
It's early, you know what I'm saying? But I just remember back in the day, we always knew January was cold as shit. Like we was getting some type of snow every year, you know what I'm saying? And just crazy that like it snows now and you don't even see no kids out like that.
Yeah.
Like not even
Facts.
But which is crazy though. Because to think about it, right? At least for me, when I was out there when it was cold as fuck, I was having fun, snowball fights and all that. But nigga, there was a time I was like, I gotta go back in the crib. It's too cold out here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Always.
It's too fucking cold.
Always.
Too cold. Yeah,
There's always that moment that hits.
Like, bro.
Where it's time to go in,
So
your
if
nose
it's
is
colder
frozen.
now, I can only imagine why there's no fucking kids, my nigga.
You're right. Exactly. I mean, but still, but not even that. We was shoveling snow.
Yeah,
we was
nigga.
hustling out here. We was out here hustling.
You don't see that often.
You don't see nobody coming out here knocking on doors. Hey, can I shove you a driveway?
Wait, were you really shuffling? Because you couldn't leave your fence,
I mean,
right?
I was.
Said you couldn't even leave. You're lying.
No.
You ain't shuffle.
I did. I told you.
You could go the other way. You couldn't go that way.
I told you.
I couldn't go down that street.
I could go down Lawton. I couldn't go down Langley.
Langley, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So yeah.
Nah, shoveling snow was amazing.
Yeah.
One year I made like $250. My dad took it from me. He said, I'm going to give it back next week. Never give it back. Swear to God. And for years I resented him. Like I was like, Dad, that's
$250.
Like what the? It was probably more than that.
Yeah.
Like because you thought it was what 96 when that blizzard hit like heavy.
Yeah, Blizzard,
oh my
yeah,
God.
95,
Got
96.
busy.
Yeah.
There was nothing better than like when you was shoveling in somebody's house, like somebody's yard, whatever, and they'll come out with like a big jar of change. Like, here, take this. I don't have any cash in me.
Just
I'm
take
like,
all of it.
What?
Right.
I just knew it was like $40.
You knew it was a come up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I did have somebody on Friday, wasn't a kid though, it was a fucking grown ass man walking down my street.
Yeah.
As I was cleaning my car off, my man just stopped, waved. I thought it was a neighbor or something. My man was like, need some help shoveling your car out this morning? Looked around. Nigga, we got 1.5 inches of snow. Nah, I'm good, brother. Appreciate you though, man. But he was out there hustling. He kept walking down the block. He had a shovel with him. And he was looking for victims.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing though. Like in the summertime, like grass is growing. You used to see niggas in the hood walking around with a lawnmower,
cutting grass,
or even fall raking leaves. You know what I'm saying? Like
maybe. I mean, I don't know.
You live in apartments.
I did, and I never thought about raking.
Blush.
Excuse me.
I did all of the above.
That's a hustle I missed out on.
I did all of the above. I didn't do it often.
I missed out on that hustle.
I didn't do it often. I did all of the above though. Walking down the block, I'd cut 2 yards grass and be, man, this is way too much work, dog. I'm done with this shit.
Done with this shit.
Fuck out of here. $40. That's all I got. Fuck out of here. Like I spent 4 hours doing this shit. This is crazy. Nah,
yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
But even with the little bullshit snow, you said 1 inch of snow, and they call school. Like these kids ain't had school. They already didn't have school Monday.
Right. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, Martin Luther King Day. So then they didn't have school Tuesday. They had
Snow.
a 2-hour delay Wednesday. They went in school Thursday, and then Friday canceled. Like they went to school like 2.5 days this week.
Shit is crazy.
Day and a half.
They canceled school the day before now, which is just it's weird to me. Like I get it, like, to say the trouble, but it's so weird that you're not even gonna let the snow hit the ground first. What if it changes? What if the I mean, granted, they have good predictability nowadays, but like, what if the storm buck just left instead?
Yeah, right.
You done cancel school a day early. Now you can't wake up in the morning and be like, just kidding, guys. It didn't snow. You got to come to school. Nah, like I slept in.
Wow.
Now.
I slept in already. Right.
Listen to how you guys sound. That's crazy. One as a parent and one as someone saying that, hey, why the fuck are you calling up school when there's no snow yet, right? But yet, as a child, woohoo!
Yeah,
what?
right.
We're off tomorrow? That's lit, my nigga. That's
it's
crazy.
always lit. I am a little sour
I wonder
because
if
it is.
adults were like that too. Like, why the fuck are you calling out? It's only fucking 4 inches of snow.
Bro, I would have totally been with this in 2020.
Yeah,
I was still pro snow days in 2020.
Yeah.
Why are you not now? What changed?
Work from home.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Everybody works from home now.
Yeah.
You know what happens for me if I get a snow day?
You gotta go in.
No, I gotta work
Log
from
in.
home.
Yeah.
Oh, heard you. I see what you're saying.
I don't get a snow
You
day.
don't get a snow day. No.
Yeah.
I heard they trying to make that with kids too.
That's crazy.
They about to have, instead of if it's snow day, then they have to go on virtual.
That's crazy.
Like
Yeah,
that's been like it's been murmurs. I heard a little bit of something about it. I don't know if it happened yet.
That might be.
I
mean, that's kind of. That's gonna be kind of weird though. If an
Hey, no, it's not.
inconvenience to the parents.
Nope.
No, because they provide like my kids, both my children, they get provided laptops.
That's fine, but
still, you got the laptop when you come home every day. You bring it with you, and you have no problem to logging in to do whatever. Even if it's not a virtual like class, they'll probably put they have shit with now. It's like everything is fucking internet now. They'll put the homework on some type of page where you can click a link and go do this work and have it turned in.
But what about the moms or parents who have to go to work when it is a snow day and the kids
they can work from home?
No, I'm about to say. Well, hold real quick. The snow day was regardless though.
Mm-hmm.
So even without virtual school, it's still snow day. Your kid can't go to school today. What was you going to do with him anyway? You had to go to work regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
The only layer they're adding in is now that your kid's staying at home, they actually have something to do versus they get a free day. Because your kid was going to stay home regardless. Again, the school's canceled regardless.
No, you're right.
So your parent had to figure that out either way.
Yeah, they're going to figure it out.
But now as an adult, that shit is dead now, bro. And it upsets me because I'm an anti-work from home type of nigga.
Yeah.
But it upsets me. Like I used to love getting snow days. You wake up and actually happened to me on Friday. On Friday, I woke up, looked outside, it was snowing. I'm not tripping as long as I can get off my block and the streets is down, halfway decent. I'm good. I only work 15 minutes down the road. I get a text from my boss, directly forwarded from HR, basically saying, "Hi, to those that go in the office, we normally follow Arlington County government, which is closed today, but don't go into the office unless it's safe. Otherwise, just stay home. I.e., stay home, log in, work, because everybody else is at home. Nobody else goes into the office. My entire company, damn near, is work from home.
Gotcha.
So everybody else is working long. The only way you get a snow day now is if you lost power or something.
Yeah.
You can't access the internet.
All right, that's about to be the next excuse. Hey, look, man. Hey, the power lines went down over here.
Can't work for 4 days, bro.
Yeah,
they still working on it now.
Chilling.
After your first day, they're gonna require some paperwork.
These niggas at my job was launching like so Tuesday, the Monday night, they sending the motherfucking message saying that we had an hour delay. All right, cool. Then Wednesday, apparently, I wasn't on this text thread. They had another hour delay. I got to work on time. I'm like, what y'all hour delay for a Wednesday? It just was cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like...
It was icy outside.
It was icy, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, cool. So work was fine. They let me go because I was there already. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not waiting an hour, to wait for everybody else. No, I'm going to go ahead and go. Then Thursday was normal. Friday, the day that they should put an hour in, they wait till like 6:30 a.m. to send out a text talk about we're gonna start an hour later. When our meeting, our day starts at work at 6:40, my nigga.
Oh wow,
Jesus!
So I'm already at work.
Right, I'm about to say you in the parking lot.
I'm already in the parking lot. I'm like, I get to work at it was like 6:20. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm there 20 minutes before we haven't even start and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? But it was almost like, yo, what y'all doing? Because it was snowing bad Friday.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I mean, the beginning because nobody would treat the roads, none of that shit. Like, so just driving that truck in any type of inclement weather, even when it first start raining.
Yeah, I mean, your
first
shit's
started
different.
rain is slick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, apparently 2 motherfuckers got stuck on Friday. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Again, this is back roads. It's back roads. You gotta,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All the major roads was fine. Like I drove to and from work on Friday without issue. My road was my street was a little jack because I live on a dead end street.
Yeah.
But like, even then, there was enough cars that had traveled already where the road was worn out.
Right.
As soon as I got on the main roads on the highway, perfectly
straight.
fine, no
Perfectly
issues.
fine, yeah.
But it's those back roads you got to worry about, and you driving the big ass trucks, so you got to make them small U turns and
Or just
deal with them
find somewhere
parking
to
lots
park,
that ain't
too.
gear right. Like, nah, that shit's a
you in
lot,
an apartment complex parking and shit, and it's like that. Motherfuckers got to go around you and shit like that. It's like, hey, look, man, y'all niggas trying to get to work. I'm already.
I
at
don't
work.
see why people want fucking water in this fucking wintertime.
Well, I mean,
too
niggas
cold.
always, you always
Niggas
need your
need
water.
water.
Man.
I know, but I don't know. It's just like
You should stop all
I worked
deliveries.
yesterday too. I worked yesterday too, and yesterday
it's too cold to be drinking water.
Yesterday was cold as a motherfucker.
Cold as a motherfucker.
Room
yesterday
temperature.
was cold as a motherfucker. I went in and just get a little extra little bread, but
it was icy out there yesterday. Yeah,
shit.
Yeah. Yesterday's high was like 20 or something. It was something stupid.
That wind chill yesterday. You talking the wind chill? That shit was crazy.
I thought it was Jaw decent when I went outside for a second.
Man,
Like,
I don't know where you at.
I will say that we do sound like we're in our 40s at this point, because if you remember back in the day when we was kids, when we was getting school canceled for 2 inches and 3 inches of snow, our parents would be like, I used to walk to school, 6 inches of snow, no shoes, 10, you know what I'm saying, 10 miles.
Right.
And now here we are talking about these motherfuckers get school canceled for this,
That's
and that.
y'all niggas.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a little sour.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I feel you. I'm sorry because we was walking in that shit too. I remember all them joints, especially during like we had Christmas break and shit. Like I say, it was snowing early back in the day, bro.
They cancel school for a lot. And again, I'm not hating on the kids. I like you said, if I'm a kid, fuck yeah, cancel school for whatever reason. I don't care what holiday it is. No school today, awesome. Yep, I'm with it. Like, but at the same token, they cancel school for everything now.
Yeah,
they cancel school for like it rained too hard.
It was raining too hard last year. They canceled school.
Are you serious?
I'm on brother. Swear to God, they rained too hard.
Oh, wow, they bugging.
Yeah, they canceled school.
Yeah,
we went to school with a DC sniper. It's almost a walking zigzag lines. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Time to change.
What?
Wow.
Walking zigzag, literally. I was a walker at Wakefield at that time. And they said for, bus riders, they had a bunch of extra teachers out front trying to protect the kids and blah, blah. For walkers, walking zigzag lines on the way home.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
It's different nowadays, man.
Yeah.
But hold on. Hey, man.
Say, man.
Speaking of kids and childhood and whatnot and,
walking
memories,
to school.
Walking to school. I'm just curious, right? This is random. Excuse me. I got boogers on my nose.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Right. Luckily, we don't got no close-up on you.
Yeah, it's all love.
Zoom in on that one.
Well, it wasn't a booger, actually. Just a little bit of snot, you know what I mean?
It's cold.
God.
It's cold. Exactly.
Boogers and snot. That's
so listen, right? I was talking to someone, and he was bringing up something that impacted him as a child, and it was his words. And that saying, "Sticks and stones might break my bones, may break my bones, but words could never hurt me.
Right.
Never could hurt me." Right? That's how you say it? Yeah. No, obviously that's not true because words do stick with you. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit people told you as a kid, you remember as an adult, right? But he was using this to justify why he is the way he is now. And why he hasn't been able to overcome certain obstacles in life. And it was bothering me because I'm just like, bro, you're talking about when you was a child. You was a big man now, right? But then it dawned on me as well, like, you know what? This person's feelings is valid. Like, I have to respect that, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all impacted in a different way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some people are tough in certain areas. Other people are a bit soft, right? A bit sensitive. So I was trying to relate, but at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, grow the fuck up. Like, what is it? Why is it what someone said that obviously you have overcome, you just haven't acknowledged it in certain areas of your life, which show, hey, you actually are not what this person said because you've accomplished this part, right? Why can't you not recognize that and say, you know what, I've gotten over that versus whoever said it to you has created like this scar that won't ever heal. Because I'm like, bro, get over it.
I mean, it's tough to speak for other people other than yourself. Like at the end of the day, like I know what you're talking about. I can like relate to some shit like that where it's just about breaking a cycle, and it's about doing what you're afraid to do. You know what I'm saying? It can come from like just
insecurities.
Yeah, or just being comfortable, being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? In ways too that break insecurities as well. Insecurities has a lot to do with shit. Especially in men, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, you get insecure about certain things. Like, speaking from experience with me, like I said, I think I spoke about it before, it's just trying to fulfill expectations. Right. That people set for you, as in like, everybody thought I was going to the league. Or they look at you and say, what school, I used to be parents in the stands when I'm warming up. What school you going to, Nick? You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. It was things of that nature. It's like, shit, nigga, I don't know. But I know if I don't go to this school or go do this, then I'm not who I'm supposed to be.
No doubt.
Instead of, like looking in the mirror and trying to figure that shit out yourself. Like Like it took me till I was like 33. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 39 now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I can see the difference in finally taking accountability and just understanding that you are not who people think you are. You are who you are. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot.
I don't know. I don't think you never get over it, yo. Personally, I don't think there is getting over it. Like grow up and man up and what you were saying. I don't think that's possible. Because
No.
you can for lack of better terms, you can forgive, but you don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like you can like as an example, Nick was just using himself and referring to basketball and stuff like that and sports, and you know what I mean? Like he said he just got over it at 33, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short. At the same time, it's still there.
Right.
At 39. Now, does it bother him like it did before he was 33? No, because he's gotten past it. But it's still there. It was the first thing he brought up when we started talking about it. Boom. It's still there. It doesn't go nowhere. You can never get over it fully because it's always going to be there. You can never forget that it happened. You know, it was a trauma. That's why it's called trauma. In some way, shape, or form, it hurt you and it bothered you to your core. To where it's always going to be there in some way, shape, or form. Can you get past it? Yes, but you don't think you ever get over it.
Now I feel what I'm saying and trauma might be a little different.
I agree, but I was just using because you used that example. I thought it was a good. It's still there. You know what I'm saying?
It's still there.
It's there. It doesn't hurt as much no more. It doesn't bother you. You're good. You passed it, but it's still there.
It's learning to live with regrets.
There you go.
That's what it is. It's learning to live with regrets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have done this or would done this, or if I would have seen what everybody else seen in me during that time, then I could have, you know, manifested those fucking expectations. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it from both sides.
Whoa.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Jeez Louise. All right, pause.
Yeah.
You're right. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Yo, killer.
But I understand both perspectives. Right. I guess for this person, in particular, I'm just like, well, what are you doing to? I'm sorry.
What is it? Something that you would be like, yo, like this is some bullshit. Like,
well, it's valid because again, I can understand. I guess when you feel like you have gotten like a grasp of what kind of person, what kind of character this person is, you can understand why they are saying this and how it's created like weight on them, right? Because I just know who they are, right? So I'm like, you know what? I can see how this has impacted you because I can see who you are today. But for me, I'm just trying to get that person to understand, like, well, what is it going to take for you to overcome this, right? Because it's so long ago. When you're talking about when you was a kid, you're talking about 9, 10, right? Yes, it has created this imprint. But what are you doing to address this, right? Like,
are they still being used as excuses?
Yeah, because at this stage,
that's not.
I'm sorry, but
that's not okay.
I don't want to like don't want to really know who you're talking about. But
right,
does this person have kids and a family?
They do.
Okay, so that's the point where shit should change. I'm trying to tell you, like, just coming from the area that we come from, my nigga, like, it's hard to accomplish something and be something that you have not seen.
Right.
That's just pretty much what it sometimes boils down to sometimes, because that used to be an excuse I use. I don't know how to do this shit. I ain't never seen this. I never been in no, happy family. I've never seen no marriage and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Or two people who work together, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom, you never seen it. Now you're not responsible for children.
Right.
You're in the situation that you trying to do what you've never seen. That's the point in time where you learn to let go of pride and ego and listen to whoever you're a partner with.
That's not pride and ego, though. That's not pride. That's trauma. It's a difference.
No, well, I'm sorry. As far as pride and ego, meaning that with some men, we're not gonna be like we will feel like our woman is telling us what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to not feel like you're being told what to do and being bossed around, you have to let go of some type of pride and ego to be guided. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
True.
So for him to kind of like get out of that trauma and be guided into another way of thinking and type of thing, you have to kind of release, let go of certain things.
If you're fortunate enough to have someone who doesn't, well, they could also come from, trauma, but someone who's able to who that themselves have overcome. Because when you're dealing with two people that's in the same rut mentally, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, just in a season of like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to climb out. You know, I'm just
somebody gotta lead.
Yeah, someone has to lead, and I think that's part of some of the variables that maybe allows this particular person to make these decisions and to feel a certain way about themselves. Because I'm just like, you know, there's no way. But we're all built different.
Yeah, we all built
everybody.
different.
So I understand.
But once that shit click and you get it, and you come up out that shit, you look back and you'll feel the way that you're feeling. Man, get over that shit. What the fuck?
And that's
because I look back on the shit that I was bitching and complaining about, bro. And I can promise you, like, yo, you was weak as a motherfucker, nigga. What the fuck was you thinking about? What's you like?
And I feel that, and I was gonna say that when Rem said, well, you know, when he was talking about, you don't think you would ever. He doesn't, not he in particular, but just in general, doesn't think people actually get over it, right? Like, because they don't forget. But I'm like, well, why can't this be part of your testimony, right? Like, you knew who you were then, you experienced what you went through, and you were able to overcome it by X, Y, Z. So now it's not saying that person was weak, but it's like, you know what? I just wasn't in a position to, know how to deal with certain things, right?
But
versus, you feeling a certain way, and it's like, nah, fuck that, man. That nigga told me, man, I'm never. It's like, bro, what? Like, this sometimes it's a reflection of who you are. Like, this is just something. These things are happening for a reason. You know what I mean? But
that's exactly what I'm saying, is that it is a part of your testimony. And that's why you never really get over it. It's because it's a part of your story now. There's no getting over it. It's a part of your testimony. It's a part of you. It happened to you. It built some character. And using myself as an example, doing an extra year in high school, that was a trauma for me. That's a childhood trauma, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That jump was wild. That jump was fucked up. That shit was crazy, son.
Especially when we spoke about it.
But all of that.
So crazy.
But the hindsight of it was, I probably needed that because I was having a really good time, and had they just let me graduate, I would have walked into life thinking, oh, okay. So as long as I basically skate by and do the absolute minimum, I am good.
No question.
And I would have walked into life thinking that.
No question.
Walked into the work world, I would have walked. Instead, life hit me with the, you need to wake up, childhood trauma, boom, redo this.
Right.
So that shit made me grow up and like actually, do more. And again, I'm over it. I've been past it. We can laugh about it now, but I can never forget it. It's a part of me. It's a part of my story. It's a part of my child. Like it's a part of what made me who I am.
No doubt. And that's the opposite of this particular person, where they are not reflecting to see, okay, you know what? I went through this and I need to know how to get over it, right? But you've done the homework. But
I think that, I guess it's probably semantics and it's just wording, really. I think it's the person is never going to get over it. They do need to learn. I agree that at a certain point you do have to be able to look back and kind of accept it. And you can't really use it as an excuse no more. You can say this happened to you. It's a part of your story, but now you kind of got to get past it.
Right.
But you're never getting over it because it's what made you. So you can't tell somebody, fuck that shit. That shit was 30 years ago. Don't even trip out. Nah, Joe, that shit's a part of me. That shit hurt. But it is time to, I don't want to hear that story no more. I don't want to hear you tell me that's the reason that you can't X, Y, Z anymore, because we should be past that at this point.
No, I think that's what it is. It's like, come on, bro.
It's just, like you said, become excuses.
Yeah. Right. It shouldn't become an excuse.
And
it shouldn't be a crutch.
It shouldn't.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a crutch that you can lean on. Like at a certain point, you do have to.
No, totally. It did make me realize that, you know what, words do hurt, man, and they stick with you forever.
Right. It's funny enough is we were saying both Nick and I, even though Nick's wasn't real trauma, but like both Nick and I gave actual physical examples.
Yeah.
Your whole scenario was talking about words.
Words, right? Absolutely.
Words, and how these words are still affecting somebody to this day, which is
wow,
stronger.
That's
stronger.
But if you're constantly being told the same thing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Words become just as strong,
it's just like, yo, like, am I really this way? You start to believe that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They become just as strong. That's true.
You have to figure out how to, like, no, I'm not that. Like, I don't know what it takes. I know for me, it was just like making expectations for myself. You know what I'm saying? Or just trying to accomplish the things that people said I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? and like, oh, boom, I could do this. But once you do that, you have to have a mindset of, I can't just do this shit and stop here.
Yeah,
I got to keep it going. And that's when the self-esteem, that's when the confidence and all that shit grows to where it's like, oh, man, whatever. I'm over this shit. Fuck this. I know I could do this shit. I just proved to myself.
Right.
No, absolutely. No, I get it, man.
I've been at this job I'm at now for like almost going on 9 years.
Right.
I've never been at a job longer than 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just me proving to myself that, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck up everything that I get into. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Yeah, don't do that, Nick.
Yeah, just
don't
because I had myself, I had I was always complacent. I had the routine of getting complacent, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. And you know what I'm saying? Shit working out. All right, cool. I'm not doing nothing extra to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I never went above and beyond to do anything else. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm getting by with this shit. That's cool. And that's what I'm saying. Like when you was talking about you doing your extra year in school, that could have helped me because I had the Booby Miles mentality.
Yeah, the athlete.
That's it. All I gotta do is show up. This God given. No question. You know what I'm saying? I gotta lift weights. I don't gotta do none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, look where that shit got you.
Right.
Nowhere, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just certain things like that. So
no, I understand, man.
Yeah.
You gotta grow from it. That's all. You do have to find a way to point it can like we said, no longer being an excuse, no matter what it is, whether it's an action, some words, at some point you gotta find a way to just grow from it.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember, right? And Rem can attest to this, right? It took me so long to learn how to drive because of a few reasons, right? One, I watched my mom reverse in my neighborhood and like hit a tree or some crap like that. Well, at least that's what I think would happen. I may be wrong, but she hit something. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not driving. That shit is crazy. Nigga, what? You bugging. I'm like 11, 12 probably. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Then, for some reason, when I started hustling, I'm like, well, if I get a car and I start driving and I get pulled over and I got some whatever on me, they might start targeting me, right? Because I'm black, right? Like I'm just creating the most craziest, lamest excuse ever, right? Then I finally started driving and I'm like, oh my God, Paul, what the fuck was wrong? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like it was such a reminder on many levels, and it just hit me hard. Like you can like create this world of like low frequency and because doubt because like that's the easy route. That's the way to escape. Like, fuck that. I'm just gonna put it off. That's not me anyway. When it's like, no, you need a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like you need a car.
You a glass half full motherfucker.
Explain. Oh, elaborate.
I'm a glass half.
I'm taking it very offensive.
You're a glass half empty. I'm sorry. I'm a glass half full. Like I'm optimistic.
Wait, okay. I'm about to say, now we're comparing glasses. Wait a minute. Who's winning right now? Me or you?
I'm a glass half full, nigga. So I'm gonna win because my shit half full. Your shit half empty.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you just look at shit differently. You look just at shit from a different perspective.
Well, that too, but it all comes down to fear.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? I had to realize that it's really just fear and you not wanting to look in a certain way. I've always carried myself as like top dog, right? So when people see you in a certain, it's like, oh, wait a minute, Paul's falling off. Pause this, right? And I've battled with that. It's only like now, like you said 33, I would say in the last like 5 years, I've actually said, Paul, I love you, bro. Yeah. Like I understand who you are, who you used to be, how shallow you were, and all these different things. And dude, I've had people tell me, Paul, I remember when you said, like one of my, I'm like, well, fuck it, my boy Guy. He came out the house and he told me that I said, yo, what the fuck you got on, my nigga? Go back in the house and change. You're not hanging out with us today. Yeah. Like, and when that fucked me up. Like, I told you that, bro. I told you to go back in the house and change.
You a representation of me, my nigga.
Right. But whatever high horse I was on, like, that made me feel like scum. Yeah. Like, I don't.
You thought you was God, nigga.
Yeah, whatever.
Deep, nigga.
I'm so attached from that persona. It's like, it's disgusting to me, my G. Yeah. So, like, I don't know, man. It's just,
I think it's when you start to understand that everybody doesn't think like you, or that everybody's going through something. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't, like when you stop being judgmental.
Yeah.
When you stop putting your thoughts on others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You stop putting your expectations on others.
Absolutely.
Like I expected him to do X, Y, Z. What I would have did was that. That's what you would do.
Yeah. And that's where I am now.
Yeah.
Like I no longer do, because I used to be that guy. Like I lived to the max. Like what?
But then understanding that because that person made that decision does not make that person a bad person.
Right.
Not at
That's just
all.
them.
It's
You have
just
to
the
learn
way
to
of
accept the
thinking.
person.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But they also have to be willing to learn from the mistakes that they make. You can't keep making the same mistakes and then saying,
No, at some point it's going to kick you in the ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Some
Or
point
like
it's
you
gonna
can't
kick you in the ass.
it become an excuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
You know,
so now I'm learning to just like pull away from that person when it comes to trying to reason and logic, because that person just not in a season where they have the capacity to understand what I'm saying. Because everything I am saying is more like, oh, you don't get it, right? Oh, you can't relate. You ain't got this going on. I'm like, right, I don't, but I understand that there's a better way than what you're doing, right? Because it's counterproductive, right? So, you know,
understanding the person you're dealing with too. Like I'm not literally no new friends, but I love the no new friends thing, because I understand what I'm dealing with. As I was saying, I can't put my expectations on you. Oh, well, I expect that of that person because I know that person.
Yeah.
Right.
A good example was, way back when early high school, middle school days, Matt Walker was the biggest asshole in the world.
Oh my God, yes indeed.
But that was still my guy.
Absolutely.
And because we knew him, that's what came with the territory. We accepted him for him. So when a motherfucker left you at the 7-Eleven and he told you he was going to leave you if you don't hurry up and get in the fucking car, and he actually did it, it wasn't no fuck this thing, I want to fight him, Damn, Matt actually left me. Okay, fuck. Well, now I guess I got to walk now.
Yeah.
Because you knew today, again, you know what you understand. Versus if Paul would have left me at the 7-Eleven, what the fuck? Nah, Joe, what the fuck is going? This is some bullshit, because that's not of your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once you learn to understand and expect someone to do certain things based on how they are, stop putting your expectations
But you know
on
what
them.
the challenge is, though? It's not about the expectation part. It's about that
understanding.
But not just understand. Well, definitely. Understand is hard.
You can't get mad. It's like, all right,
yeah, but when but when
that's just him.
but that's not an excuse though. Like for me, I don't like to use that. Like, that's just Nick, man. Nah, fuck that. Because right is right, wrong is wrong, right? And I feel like we should all be learning how to grow and do away with the old Rem or the old Paul, the old Nick, and start working on this new. Because it's how can I put it?
Yes and no.
I don't want to be the guy that was the same Paul from 5 years ago.
Yes and no,
to a certain degree.
Because you can at that point though, you kind of have to make a choice, especially at this age, because you can. I mean, at 40 years old, you can't really expect but so many changes from a motherfucker.
Right.
People are kind of who they're going to be, unless like you, they want to make a change.
Gotcha.
So you can either, like I said, accept that person for that. If you constantly are having to nitpick and be like, nah, fuck that, right is right, wrong is wrong, and you constantly having to, maybe that person shouldn't be around as much anymore.
Yeah.
Because you having to do all you constantly nitpicking, and you know they ain't about to do nothing about it unless they want to. Then you can help them and be like, right is right, wrong is wrong. Yo, I know you want to do better, so I want to call you out on X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And you know that when they actually call you out for that advice.
Right.
You know what friends, like, in our circle, everybody doesn't talk to everybody about certain things.
Right.
It's certain situations that, we know one person can relate to that we will talk about.
Right.
So if somebody reaches out to you on some shit that you don't really, I was like, okay, motherfucker is really trying to change his mentality, or they want to figure out, because at the end of the day, it's like certain things that we all do, we're not going to be like, yo, you trying to go hit this joint with me tonight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know who to call.
Right.
Question.
Everybody has an expertise in something.
Yeah, exactly.
If a motherfucker call me, it's almost made Rem, I got some relationship questions. Well, okay. Like Nick said, you try and get a different perspective. You try and get a different view, because no, I can't really help you. You know what I mean? But like,
right. Yeah. It's
versus calling Steph, who's been married for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier to make that call and get those relationship questions. You calling me, then you definitely looking to make some changes. You need some different insight. Like, you know?
Right, exactly.
No, you guys are right. I think my challenge sometimes is that I feel like I try to have an answer for everything. Like, just a general perspective. Like, you know what? I feel like this, this isn't the way, but this is valid, right? But it is what it is.
One good way to look at that is, if you are doing that regularly, is make it your answer. everything.
Yeah, right.
And keep that in mind. That's not
what
answer.
What I would do.
Your answer, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a person that we all know is going through some marital shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, any of my friends that is in a relationship or going through some shit, then they call and talk to me about it. The last thing that I'm ever going to do is tell them they need to leave whoever they with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's not my call. That's not my call. That's you.
That's not me. And on top of that, I'm not going to feel a certain way if you make a decision versus what I would do.
Of course.
You know, that's your situation. That's your person who you love. So you do what you feel best for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to listen and give you some advice and just try to help you out through your situation. You know what I'm saying?
But
so it's all about the advice you get, and
Is there a better feeling than I told you so? Though? Seriously.
First of all, I love you for saying that, because the first thing I was thinking about is like, don't you just love when guys fuck up or whoever fuck up and they don't know that they fucked up and they don't know why certain things are happening because you fucked up.
You fucked up. Mm-hmm. Well, I told you, like I said, I told you so. Y'all give you all of you called me. I give you all this advice about going right, and you went completely left, and that's cool. And like Nick said, cool. So I ain't mad at you. You had to do your 1 2. You did, and then 2 weeks later, young. Guess what happened? So you should have went right.
Right.
And I don't even got to tell it to you. I'm gonna be on the other end of the phone like, damn, Joe, that's fucked up. Yeah. That's crazy. I ain't gonna hit you nothing about, well, what did I tell you 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Unless it's one of us or something. But like,
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there like, this dumbass nigga. I told this nigga 2 weeks ago exactly what the fuck to do.
It never fails, bro.
That feeling is amazing.
You gotta touch the stove to see it's hot, man.
You gotta find out for yourself.
I know, absolutely, man. But hey, man.
Man.
Let's get into some bold questions.
For sure.
I got a fun one.
Hold on. All right, before we dig into the bold.
That's not a bold question. That's just a question from
you got a random question. And then we can get into we can parlay that into the bold.
Yes. So my bad. Hey, man.
Say, man.
Yeah, so I got a would you rather question.
Okay.
Right?
What's up?
And came across an IG. It was pretty funny to me, but I wanted to see what you guys felt about it. So would you rather go to jail for a year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube and you go home when it's done?
Rubik's Cube.
I saw this joint too.
Shout
out to Theo Vaughn, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Theo Vaughn, man. He killed that. Look, ask the question one more time.
So, would you rather go to jail for a year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube and you go home when you...
Oh, I'm going to jail for a year, man. That's the same way my remember Theo Vaughn answered that joke. Remember, didn't even finish the joke. He was like, so how long do you think it'd take you to finish the Rubik's Cube? He said about a week, maybe 2. He's like, so you'd rather go to jail for... He was like, man, I'd love to have a downtime, get some workouts in. Should be fucked up. But no, I'm taking the Rubik's Cube. Easy. Easy Rubik's Cube. Yeah. I'm guaranteed I'm finishing that jump before a year. Get the fuck out of here.
I want to say I hope so, bro.
Yeah,
I want to say I hope so, bro.
Yeah, there's no way that joke's gonna keep me in here longer.
It'd be
only thing that
after the first week, I'm be like, what the fuck? Am I gonna be here for 10 years?
Nah.
I'm staying up day and night. Oh, my only job. Oh, excuse me. The only thing I'm doing while I'm in there is doing the Rubik's Cube.
No breakfast, no lunch, no nothing.
No rice, no champagne, nothing. Rubik's, nigga. Rubik's,
Waking up. What the fuck, man?
Do the math.
Why is it yellow in this one corner?
Better hope the celly don't take that shit.
Carry the one.
Oh my God.
Raheem.
Yeah, Raheem.
That's the only way.
Rubik's Cube, I'm telling you, you getting out, bro. You getting out. It's gotta be more than a year. Like, there's no way it takes somebody. You gotta be a pure idiot. I'm sorry if it takes you a year to finish a Rubik's Cube. When you have nothing else to do, it's not like you had to go to work. You ain't got to take care of the kids. You ain't got to go. Yeah. All you got to do is sit in the Bing.
Hey, man. You never know. God. I always like, I don't know, man. There's certain questions that I'm like, damn, someone asked me for $1 million. Would you get this right? I'm going to fail and be so upset.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm comparing that to that Rubik's Cube, bro.
I be seeing people,
it might take me 2 years.
Just fucking retarded on, that be out here on like the street asking questions and shit. Like, I'm like, y'all niggas is dumb as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where's wording?
Yo.
Yeah.
I watched 2 girls. I watched a dude welcome to two women on the beach, right? And I forgot how he asked the question, but it was equations. It was like what was it? He was like, okay, 3 times 3 times 3. One girl was like, oh, 18, right? One girl was like, oh, 9. Right? Because she thought it was 3 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah. The dude was like, really? 9? 18? So the girl who said 18 is like, girl, you know it's 18. The girl who said it was 9 was like, oh, yeah, you right. right? The dude goes back to the girl who's 18. He was like 18. He was like 3 times 3 times 3. Yeah, it's 18, right? Yeah. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yo, man, bruh. I saw the jump. I think it was yesterday. I saw the jump. The dude went up to a random dude on the street.
Yeah.
My man said, "What tool do we use to calculate temperature?" My man sat there. He said, "A thermostat."
A what?
Nigga responded was like, hold on. You said what? He said, yeah, it's a thermostat, right? He was like, I'm not bugging them. Like, he looked at the camera, was like, I'm not bugging them. I'm not tripping. Like, I'm not tripping. He was like, this nigga said, a thermostat has Fahrenheit and calculus on it.
Word. Got you. Okay.
Them niggas just stopped. And then, of course, as usual, some random motherfucker, another dude that was around the block, walked up and he heard the question. He was like, nah, you bugging. It's a calculator. He was like, ask the question again. He said, yeah, what tool do you use to calculate temperature? He said, yeah, calculate, nigga. The answer's in the question, nigga. It's a calculator.
Oh, God.
So you got one nigga saying it's a thermostat with Fahrenheit and calculus on it. And then you got another nigga saying that you use a calculator to calculate.
It's called a fucking thermometer.
Nah. It's a thermostat with Fahrenheit and calculus.
What's it? Celsius.
Celsius.
Yeah. I seen this certain shit like motherfucker say, what does YES spell? Motherfucker said yes. He said, what does EYES spell? The bitch said ES. Bitch is I.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, I will say though, them type of jumps,
they get you.
If they're presented properly, if the person asks the question right, and fucks with like, you say it fast enough, what does YES spell? What does EYES spell?
Absolutely.
No, when they break it down, okay, so what does YES spell? Okay, and then they'll give you another one, and they'll be like, so if this spells this, what does EYES spell? And you're not even thinking about, you're just like, well, I just said yes, ES. Like, what the?
No, absolutely.
You're not thinking about a new word. And if they say it right, though, they got to present it right.
That's just hilarious.
That's bananas.
It's crazy out here, yo.
What we got?
Fresh out the bowl.
Do you think you were born in the right era? This is a question from Micah, yo.
Shout out to Mr. Papa George.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah too.
Absolutely. I think I'm the perfect era.
I don't think so.
I feel like, the last I would say 5-6 decades is giving me everything that makes who I am, bro. Like when I think about
5-6 decades, nigga.
Yeah, you 60, nigga. What you talking about?
Well, I'm sorry. As far as, pardon me, you're right.
About to say that means you were born in the wrong era.
No. But I'm talking about as far as the time when I was born in the 1980s, coupled with the previous decades, the previous 20 years, whatever. Like things that I've been able to capture from those times via TV, internet, whatever.
Yeah. Let you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. Like as far as my DNA, the way that I carry myself, whether it's fashion, whether it's politics, I've been part of some good times, man. That I still, adhere to those ideologies, if not, dressed in a certain way, or whatever.
For something about me, I just feel like any other era besides the era I was born in and grew up in, I would be dead.
Like the 70s, 80s? I mean, 70s?
60s?
We grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, we grew up in the 90s.
Right, so you're saying
we was born in the 80s, but grew up in the 90s.
Right.
100%.
But the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah. Civil rights, all that shit, dead. 70s, the Vietnam War.
Yeah, Heroin Boy.
Yeah. All that shit. Dead. You know what I'm saying? Black Panther, dead. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? The era we grew up in is like we were like the breath of fresh air in you know what I'm saying, the years, I think.
Yeah, we would say that. But
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like I was born in the wrong era. I could have been from the 70s, easy. Flower power, hippie lifestyle.
I mean, yeah.
Drugs, sex, and rock and roll. I could have got busy with that. I could have got busy with that. Hop on a random bus. Hey, I'm driving to San Francisco. Who wants to go? I'll go.
But no doubt. But add those, if you could, add that 10 years to now. Where are you now?
What you mean?
Like if you were to just say 70s, right? So you're saying you're born in the 60s.
He'll be Bill Walton.
Sure, yeah. I guess I would be born in the 60s, yeah, to experience.
Walton,
I'd be born in the late 50s, you know, instead of them 18 in the prime of my life in the 70s type of, like if I was 70s baby, like we were in the 90s or 2000s, I guess, for us.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. 2000s for us.
I'd want to be an adult, I guess, in the 70s, enough to do drugs and have sex and go to rock and roll concerts and make my own decisions.
Young adult
in the
18,
70s. I could definitely be from that era.
Mm-hmm.
I could get busy with that.
Yeah. Now I feel like if I was born in the 70s, I might be straight where I'm at now. I probably would sold crack. I might have did a bid.
Jesus.
If growing up in the 80s, all right, so if I was in my teens and young adulthood in the 80s, I think I've been straight. The same if it was the 90s. So 80s, 90s, and we were already that in the 2000s. It was 18 and 2000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So, yeah.
I think I would have been an artist. I don't think I would have gotten to like selling drugs, to be honest.
In the 80s?
Yeah, I probably would have been an artist. If I, as a child,
because you would have been doing drugs.
But that's, smoking pot, psychedelics, maybe, who cares? But I'm talking about as far as like actually like selling drugs. I doubt it, because when I was a kid, I was always trying to be an artist. Like, I've always, I love that stuff. So I think, especially in New York, when you're talking about the Basquiat's, you're talking about Fab Five Freddy, you're talking about Andy Warhol. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it. Like the growing up in the I don't know, growing up in the 70s might be different too, because you was born, like you said, like 73 is when hip hop started. You know what I'm saying? So, right. Hurrah! That motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we saw that video the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking
video?
about
what was that?
That was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Broken glass everywhere.
It was worse.
It was prior to that. It was before that.
It was like,
true.
and they all was 16 at the time, looking like they were 35. It was insane, bro.
Did they have on their leather and shit?
Of course.
God, the outfits was insane.
Oh my God.
They had a whole all green screen background that was horrible.
There was a guy that kept on was walking back and forth. It was so random. Like, I don't know if he was like acting like he was patrolling, because I think it was a street set.
Yeah.
It was a street set.
Yeah, it was a fake street set, and that joint was terrible.
Oh my God.
But no, give me the 70s, man.
No.
Give me that old school.
I mean, yeah, I would
Flower power.
I'm not against it, but
if we talking, if we talking like late teens, early adulthood, I've been good 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? 80s and 90s. I wouldn't want to do the 70s because I said nigga been drafted.
Good.
Oh man, that's funny. Would have been drafted.
Yeah, I would have been drafted, man. Vietnam War, man. Dead presidents would have been me.
No question.
I probably would have been motherfucking what was the nigga name, Chris Tucker name in that joint.
What we got?
On what? Chris Tucker.
Dead presidents.
Oh, I forgot his name on that joint.
Hilarious though. Nigga knocked out the preacher.
Yeah. They start with an S too. It's close to Smokey, but it's something else. I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
All right, I got another one. And this is a pretty good one actually. Is the podcast lane too crowded?
I don't think the lane is too crowded. I think so I feel like there's probably a good little branch of 3 or 4 in each category on the podcast that is good. I don't think it's too crowded though. I think it's separated by like topic shit.
I don't think it's. I think talk your shit, man. Like, everyone is unique. There's an audience for everyone. Everyone has a story. Express yourself, man. Talk your shit. This lane would never be saturated to me. I think it's just important to understand subject matter, because it's very easy to talk about what everyone else talks about when it comes to what's happening in the media and whatnot, and everyone giving their opinion. But I think the fact that everyone can talk about their own life, what they've been through, and come together in a collective way where people are relating, then that door's open all day to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is too crowded. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody has a podcast. It's a lot of fucking podcasts.
But how many podcasts are you looking at? I'm just curious, for sake of discussion, right? When people say there's a lot of podcasts, yes, there probably is. But how many podcasts are you checking out to say, damn, there's a lot of podcasts?
Well, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of podcasts. You can see it every so often on TV. You got a podcast commercial. When I go on Facebook and Instagram, I would say at this point, 70% of reels and videos and shit is some variation of a podcast, whether it's Charleston White, doing real life Tinder and they're kicking people off the show, whether it's Jake Paul and them, whether it's Shannon Sharp. Again, all of these you can call them a talk show, you can call them this, but when it's all said and done, they're all podcasts.
I think the way I'm taking it, because I understand what you're saying, is the good versus crappy podcast. Like, because you're right. When I'm on IG, most of the reels, or like if I'm learning something, it's coming from a podcast, right? Did you know?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
it's all
right?
podcasts.
Or at least a podcast setting for sure.
Right, exactly.
Right. But these are good podcasts, and I guess my point is, if you have something to talk about that has depth, that has that's good subject matter oriented, then yeah. But that's not the question. The question is, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. When the way that you spun it, you're right.
The question is it oversaturated? Is there too many podcasts out there? And again, I'm just saying, I say that everybody has a fucking podcast. Is it oversaturated? Now, I agree. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has different thoughts about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's amazing. So talk your shit. I'm with you. Right. Talk your shit. And in the same breath, though, that's like fashion. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's a million brands. Everybody has their own ideas, but are there too many fucking brands? Like, goddamn, you go on that joint. Everybody got a t-shirt brand.
It's the same with rappers.
Right. Everybody got a t-shirt brand. It's oversaturated. It's too much.
Clothing lines, all that shit. Everybody's trying to do something to get into the game. But at the end of the day,
I can see.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't say it's oversaturated. It will be oversaturated if you look at it from a wide scope. But if you're looking at it from what you like, no, I wouldn't say it's oversaturated because it's only a few that I'm gonna pick from. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go, like, for instance, shout out this podcast, Sisters Who Kill. I like true crime shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm in the work truck all day and I'm listening to, I want to hear like some true, because I love First 48. I love watching true crime documentaries, all that shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So just to listen to it during work, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing shit, I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? And I come across them. You know what I'm saying? But I did have to like scroll through a few joints. You know what I'm saying? To be like, it's almost like the library is oversaturated, nigga. If you want to talk about oversaturation.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we talking about the podcast lane.
That's the problem. The motherfucking library.
They doing too much learning in them schools.
I just say
no. But the question is about podcasts again. I think that when it's all said and done, I do think the lane is oversaturated. Now there's something there for everybody. Yes,
but
you know what I'm saying?
Is it a lot of it? Yes,
but there's also a difference between podcasts and bloggers as well.
No, these are podcasts.
Yeah, the majority of them are podcasts.
These are podcasts.
The majority of them are podcasts.
And Rem brings up a great point. Like, when it comes to reels, they all start from a podcast setting, bro. I mean, and that's what's selling.
And that's what it is. That's what's selling right now. So everybody's trying to get in. Yeah. Everybody wants their piece.
Yeah.
It's just like for a second there, everybody was an influencer. Everybody was trying to make funny videos on Instagram. And niggas realized that everybody's not fucking funny.
Nope.
Yeah.
So some of y'all can get away with it. Some of y'all can make this thing work, and then to slowly change, it finds a middle ground. And right now, I think we're at the peak of podcasts where everybody's like, I can buy a mic. I got a computer.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm on YouTube. I got an iPhone.
I went to jail.
They even offer that shit that way. Like, if you go on Amazon, podcast setup, you get this.
Get the whole kit.
Yeah.
Get the whole kit.
Yeah.
And you're ready to rock and roll. And you can set up and podcast by your fucking self.
Yeah.
ASMR podcast. I mean, all that shit is out there. Like, it's oversaturated.
No, absolutely, man.
But everybody got a podcast for them. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Express yourself.
Hopefully ours is one for y'all.
That you might click on it and re-like it a couple times.
Absolutely. Well, we only want to get better. So it's all love. It's all love. What's next week's homework?
I don't know. Are we gonna do one?
Carryover. It's a carryover.
It's carryover, man.
It's a carryover. We assigned Take Care Drake last week. Considering we're missing 2 of the goons, we figure we're extending that an extra week. Extra week to listen to it.
Yeah, extra week. It might be an extra 2 weeks because we got some things going on next weekend.
That's true.
That might prevent us from having an episode.
Facts. We might take a break. We'll see. TBD. Either way, the next time that we reconvene, whatever that is,
it'll be Take Care.
It's gonna be Take Care, and we're gonna finish that up, and then of course we have something else. If y'all got suggestions, submit them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instagram.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Any questions y'all want us to throw in the bold questions? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, DM.
Yeah.
But on that note, it's been another wonderful episode of Amen Say Man. It's your boy P.
Nick G.
Rem the Model.
And we out.
Peace.